You are lying here, and your mind is already counting. But notice what it counts. The email you forgot to send, the conversation that went sideways, the hour you meant to protect and lost. It runs the ledger of what was missing, as if the day were a debt and you were behind on it. This is what a tired mind does. It audits the gaps. And so you end the day a little poorer than you lived it, because you let the missing things speak last, and they always speak loudest. Tonight is about turning that ledger over, about counting the other column, the one you skip. Not vague thankfulness, not the soft and forgettable kind, but the deliberate counting of what this day actually gave you, named out loud, one specific thing at a time. For 1500 years, monks have closed the day with a short office called Compline. The name comes from the Latin word for completion, to finish, to make the day whole. It is the last of the canonical hours, sung in the dark just before sleep, built around a handful of psalms about lying down in peace. One of them is the fourth psalm, and its final line in the Old King James English has been spoken into the dark for centuries. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Hear what that line is doing. It does not ask for tomorrow. It does not relitigate today. It is a statement of trust, spoken as the body is letting go, that what held you through this day will hold you through the night. Compline was never an audit of failure. It was the deliberate act of declaring the day complete and resting inside that completeness on purpose. Centuries later, a psychologist at the University of California, Davis, named Robert Emmons, put that ancient instinct under a microscope. He ran the studies that built the modern science of gratitude, and what he found is plain. People who deliberately wrote down a few specific things they were grateful for several nights a week were measurably happier. They had more energy, and notably they slept longer and better than people who tracked their burdens. But the part of his work that matters most for tonight is the part everyone gets wrong. Emmons found that gratitude is not a mood you wait to feel. It is a discipline you practice, and it only works when it is specific. Not my family, but the way someone looked at you across the table tonight. Not my work, but the one problem that finally cracked open after weeks. Vague gratitude changes nothing. The named gift rewaits the mind. You are training attention away from the gap and toward the gift, and attention, repeated, becomes disposition. That word attention is where a poet enters the night. Mary Oliver spent her life teaching a single discipline, the discipline of attention. For her, paying attention was not a soft thing. It was the closest thing she knew to devotion. She wrote again and again of a world that offers itself, that holds out its ordinary grace to anyone willing to actually look. Her whole instruction for a life could be folded into a simple charge: to pay close attention, and to let the ordinary astonish you. The counting we are doing tonight is the evening form of exactly that. To count what the day gave you is to attend to a world that was offering itself the whole time, in small gifts you were too busy auditing the gaps to receive. Put the three together and the night has a shape. The monks give you the trust that the day can be declared complete and laid down in peace. Emmons gives you the method, that gratitude is a discipline and it must be specific to do its work. And Oliver gives you the eyes, that attention to the ordinary is a kind of devotion, and the world was offering its gifts all along. There is a reason the missing things speak louder than the given ones, and it is worth seeing clearly. Your mind is built to scan for threat. The gap, the error, the unfinished thing register as danger, and danger gets remembered, replayed, underlined. The gift does not trip that alarm, so it slides past unrecorded. Left alone, the mind keeps a meticulous ledger of what went wrong and a careless one of what went right. This is not a flaw in your character. It is the default setting of a tired animal. Which is exactly why counting the gifts has to be deliberate. It will not happen on its own. The day gave you things it will not bother to remind you of. A meal someone made, a body that carried you through every hour without being asked, a piece of work that whatever else broke actually held. None of these announce themselves. You have to go back and name them the way you would name your failures if you let the default run. So tonight you run the other column, not to deny what was hard, but to let the given things get counted too. And here is what the science and the monks agree on. Once you have truly counted what the day gave, you can lay it down. The counted day is a complete day, and a complete day is one you can finally sleep inside. So tonight, let the counting be deliberate and let it be kind. I count what the day gave me, one specific thing at a time, instead of only the gaps. I name the small gifts the day will not bother to remind me of. I receive the ordinary grace I was too busy to notice while it was happening. I treat gratitude as a discipline I practice, not a mood I wait to feel. I declare this day complete, and I lay it down in peace. The day is counted now, and the gifts are named. The meal and the quiet and the body that carried you and the one thing that held when so much else slipped. All of it received at last instead of let go unnoticed. The ledger turned over so the given column finally speaks louder than the missing one. And you can feel the old line settling over you, that you will both lay you down in peace and sleep, that what held you through this day is holding you still, the day complete and laid down on purpose, nothing left to audit. Nothing left to earn, only a world that was offering itself the whole time and a mind learning slowly to receive it. The breath going long and the counting going quiet, and somewhere past this sleep a morning will rise and ask the mirror of tonight, not what the day gave but what good you will do in it. The question Franklin said at the top of his day, the goal science of Locke and Latham, the one thing Greg McKeown teaches you to choose, the morning that asks what good to do. But that asking belongs to the dawn, not to now. For now the only thing left is to be grateful and complete and to rest. Begin disciplined and reflective.